Like this looks completely random. This, it's illegible. You are all doing too much. It's lagging something, like I can't put my finger on it. Yo, I did it by mistake. What's good, guys? How you doing? Design syndrome here. This is for the new ones that maybe don't know what is this all about. This is a design dojo stream, a space on my Discord channel in which I give weekly design assignments and then provide feedback live on stream to the Discord uploads and then make my piece for the week live. This week's exercise was like an integration exercise. It's really a free poster. You could do whatever you want, but the concept of it was to really earnestly play. This is a concept from a book that's called Homo Ludens. It refers to that state, you know, when childs play, because we tend to connect the idea of play to this like not so serious state of mind. Work, we tend to link more towards the earnest. But if you look at a child, how it plays, and when you're really engaged, right, maybe playing a video game, you are still playing, putting your entire focus onto it. So that's what earnestly playing means, like really pouring yourself into the activity and really trying to figure stuff out and not just playing in the detached sense of the world, as in not caring. Actually really caring about the play. That's the kind of experimentation that I would like to fall on this exercise. I've been trying to really lean into this more and more. And I think you can see it if you look at my latest pieces that breaking out from what I usually do. And I come to really amazing results, I feel like. He's saying a state of flow, todo focuseado. Yeah, it's that exact. But the key here, I think, is to trying to actively fall into that state and get into that practice of falling into it from like a play stance, right? Not from like a work stance. When you fall into a play state, it's more like you do it like intentionally, you know, like you say like now I'm gonna play to something, right? So I guess when we work and we fall into that flow state, we almost like accidentally fall into it. But when you come from the angle of playing, like you can intentionally try to fall into that state, right? But just committing to play, but in a structured path, you know? It's really abstract concept. I really recommend that book, Homo Ludens. It's really great. It's not about art per se. It actually in the book says that the visual arts are the less play. I can't remember the exact quote. It actually says something that it can become formulaic. It also, because the word play, from playing, like playing an instrument, when you play a song, you have to play it. But when you make a painting, when you make a poster, you make the poster and that's it. The poster is there. There's nothing more that you need to perform for the piece to keep living, you know? And in a piece of music, maybe it needs to be performed and played for it to continue existing. This book was written before MP3s and Spotify and all of that. And I guess there were vinyls in the year this book was written, but mostly music was performed. You know, we make a poster and the poster is there, and the performatic act of making the poster, the playing of the poster, as in playing an instrument, is when you make it. And once you make it, it's done. You know, flow state is a beautiful experience. Yeah, it is, my guy. It is, my guy. I think we can actually make efforts to put it in everything we do, you know. It could be cooking, it can be engaging with a friend, it can be anything, you know. We have these devices. This device will get you into a flow scrolling state like if it's nothing, you know. But yeah, I guess the key is to being able to channel that state into things that nurture us, right? And make us go, fuck, you know. I don't know if I went on a tangent for the intro, like the assignment, I don't know. An integration, bonus points for the ones that try to introduce ideas from previous exercises. Let's get into the Discord. I don't know if everyone's here, the guys that did the pieces. So yeah, but we are a bunch. Like in the Discord, we are almost like 6,000 people. It's crazy. So let's see what we have here. A series of posters reflecting my emotional state, starting with the impact of war and a breakup with my girlfriend. Color choice, black, the standard color of mourning, red symbolizes blood. A brief reflection on this series is about the ongoing inner struggle with myself, beginning in 2014 and continuing to this day. First poster, war, destroyed house, which once was a home for families and became a portal for the evil that destroys everything in its path. A place that once echoed with laughter is now hell on earth. This is exactly what's written in Ukrainian. I don't know how to read this. My home has ended up in hell. It's hard to read what you're saying. Now I see it. Like now I see the soldier coming out of the gate, let's say. Second poster, Forever Alone, inspired by going through a breakup on my own birthday. Third poster, Balance, when it becomes hard to maintain balance between work, studies, family, and relationship without losing your mind. Fourth poster, Sociophobe, when people have disappointed you deeply. This is the best one of the bunch. I love kitties instead. I think that sometimes when you try to communicate too much, like a poster series, I would have picked like a smaller, more condensed set of emotions and would have picked different ways of conveying that through a system. Because all these posters, I get your struggle and I wish you the best, you know what I mean? But these are all, they all looked from a different system, you know? Like I get you try to portray your current emotional state, but from a design standpoint, you went too broad, right? So if you had to condense everything that you feel to a couple of emotions and then try to convey that in a system of pieces, it would be better design-wise, right? I feel this balance one is the best because it's the best poster, like compositionally, it's the most clear, it's the most conceptually sound, right? Like we could go deeper and try to say, okay, what does the figure has to do with balance, but the placing of the words, and maybe this doll you put into a position. So it has something of being like a mannequin, you know, something that you move around, something that you push around, right? So there is something about that malleability and that being like that sense of helplessness, you know, that this doll has, because you have to tweak it and move it. Maybe there is some, I don't know, meta idea or whatever. This poster, it's already dealing with some symbolism in typography, and the object you picked, you use a graphical gesture to try to say something about the words and about how you feel. In the other posters, I feel you lose it. This looks completely random. This, it's illegible. I don't see it. And yeah, this one is like, it's too literal, you know. This one is the best. I feel like if you could capture something of this piece for the entire system, you could make something really great, right? Something that makes others feel like you feel, right? The only thing that binds them is that they have black. The typographic decisions, the color is there, but the way you use images, the symbology you use, like it's all over the place. So yeah, this needs a bit more work, but I'm glad that you went for a system. I'd rather you fail because you tried too much than failing because you tried too little, you know what I mean? So this is a win in my opinion, but for sure keep working on it, you know what I mean? So She Art, this one did a piece last week. We had to take pictures of a random object and abstract ourselves from the object. She uploaded this after I did the review last week. But this is a cube of ice. The point was to take pictures and lose the object, like abstract yourself from the object and find what the object is hiding, you know, what images is it hiding, what worlds reside within the object that we don't see if you don't really look and get close with the camera, you know. But this is a cube of ice. What the fuck? This one looks like a cube of ice, I'm not gonna lie. You need to lock in, gang. This one's great. And then she made this piece, because the other assignment was to make a poster with the pieces you took, and she made this. It's really great. No, she made this one. It's about freedom. For many people on this planet, it's something they can't choose for themselves. That's why I've decided to recreate a drawing I did a while ago. A family house shaped like a grenade. It represents the invisible victims of war, those who are born into violence disguised as a home, those who never had the luxury of safety or the choice to dream freely. The structure looks solid, but it's a lie. What looks like protection is actually a countdown. It takes years to build a home, but only seconds to destroy it. This piece combined brutal symbolism with layered emotional textures, using distortion, decay, and rhythm to amplify tension. The more I search, the less I find. In a world that erases it faster than we can grasp. Off the bat, what I can tell you all is you all are doing too much. Try to do less properly than rather to achieve all of this messaging encapsulated into a piece. Like, it's amazing that you're trying to do this, but it's right. You rather pick one message you want. Already the symbol of the grenade as a house, it's a super powerful symbol. But when you add to that the red to signify decay and explosiveness, right? There you're being redundant. The grenade also, it already explodes. There is a bunch of concepts, imaginary baggage that goes into a grenade, right? We can see the bodies, we can see the flame. You don't need to make the piece red so we can see the violence of an explosion, you know? It's already baked into the symbol of the grenade. Sometimes less is more. This is a clear example of less is more. Also, the grenade, it's already a symbol of war. The drawing is amazing. It looks like a brutalist building. The drawing is great. If you could take everything out of the thing and just leave the grenade, let me see if I can grab this one. You see, guys, like war. Already the grenade is a terrific symbol for war and conflict. Here we are saying the same thing twice. We could have made the house a little bit more clear and apparent. Like, what's more of a symbol of a house? Like, I can see the windows. Let's see if we can make, just using it for the concept. What matters is the idea in this case, right? We're trying to convey like a set of emotions and set of ideas, trying to depict which way of showing the house of a grenade. It's better. I think that's the exercise for this piece specifically. It doesn't matter if we draw it, if we do it with AI or whatever it is, you know? Let's see what it does with the house. It's also a grenade. Because I'm picturing like, how could it be? Because it needs to be like the symbol of a classic house, you know? Let's see what it does. This is not it. Make a grenade door. Oh, I get it. Something like this. For example, I feel like this one, it's a bit more effective at trying to be more simple with the symbols, of trying to make you think, okay, what does it mean by the symbol alone of the image? I don't know, what would be a word that we could use here that would empower this, you know? I don't know, this is the first that came to my mind. Also, the idea can be, maybe it's like really colorful, you know, and the poster gives you a bunch of contradicting ideas. Maybe this is all super colorful. I'm just doing it really fast because I want to test the idea. Right, and now the text, you know, and you create that contrast. Now with the colors, we contrast that childish feeling, you know. It looks like a coloring book. Let's grab this one, put it here. Ooh, that's also fire, you saw that? This one is crazy, guys. This is tough. You get the contrast of like the really poppy colors and whatever, really upbeat, and then it's about war. This is my texture pack, guys. Allow me to plug it. Link in bio, you already know how it is. How do you feel about this, guys? Where is my texture? There. You see what I mean, guys? Or am I tripping? Do you think like conceptually it's a bit more clear what I'm trying to say? I think it's a really nice piece. Like as a big print, it works, you know? It's super symbolic. I like it. Great job with the idea. I like it. This is great. It has some nice layering, overlapping information, some nice hierarchy levels, the colors, the palette, the texture, how you make the flower with the gradients. A+, my guy. Looks finished. It has like a certain like playful character, you know? And playful, I don't mean that it's not dark. The one with the grenade on the house was also playful. You don't arrive to that idea by not being playful, you know? That's a nice way to put to the playful, when it looks committed, when it looks like you turned it around, you worked on it. Let's re-signify what playful means. From now on, playful means engage, right? That you worked on it. That's playful. Again, week 13, lucid craft. Let's get it. I will say that, my guy, because I know this is easy for you. I know you can make stuff like this. Bro, you improved a lot. I'm seeing at what you were making before. Bro, you improved a lot. Yo. Do you guys remember when we reacted to this? You made this, and from this you made this, and then you made this. Yeah, now that's another thing, that context is important. Sometimes gauge the process and not the end result, right? I know guys that could fly and make the most crazy shit, right? I can make like a really nice poster, but you wouldn't be able to tell if I'm falling into a formula or I'm really trying to push, you know, and to play and to find something. That's the key of the exercise, right? And seeing that the work that he was doing, seeing the work that he did the week before, I call this play, you know what I mean? Now let's make a new poster. And here we're just gonna fuck around, you know. I was playing with this idea. It's like a pushback against this, you know, the algorithm is pushing at an alarming rate data, tips, tricks, like a bunch of individual bits of information, but that they are not contextualized. These bits of information, they are not provided to us with their corresponding like philosophical substrate, you know. So maybe you get, that's why I don't know if you found this and maybe you're conflicted by this, but you know that you get like, I don't know, grind culture, 24/7 hustle, and then you get like the mental health advice, you know, and you can sort of vibe with both ideas, you know. You get the most body positivity stuff, and then you get the most, I'm gonna completely chisel myself training, like fucking minced, you know what I mean? You got the most relax and live your life, then followed by the most outrageous self-optimization tips and tricks video you have ever seen, right? And we start to take things from all of these places, right? If we don't take the time to sort of integrate all of this information into a mind frame that's our own, we are fragmented, you know. And I think that's one of the main issues we are dealing with today. We have a bunch of contradicting information that's being fed to us to a rate that doesn't let us integrate it, right? We don't have time to run it through our own software, so our minds fragment, right? This is the idea, anti-data. And also this idea of anti-data is like an antidote. It also is like this fixation with the individual as the final most important like unit of analysis, you know. The individual only matters because it's a way of analyzing the group. We are individuals and we matter in relation to the group, right? So that's the same for every piece of information. That's the same for every piece of tip and trick. Without the proper contextual information to apply it to a broader, bigger, encompassing system that gives it meaning, all this information, all that it does, it fills the space in our hard drive, right? And then we don't have the space, the mental space, the spiritual space to deal with the things that are our own. So this is an idea for that. What you say, guys? I'm tripping or did I cooked, you know? But yeah, I'm tripping. But I also cooked. I'm going crazy. Also, guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm trying really hard this stream, not saying, you know what I mean. So what are we, how does that I just say translate like visually? Is this gonna be like a super high concept piece, or is it gonna be, what is it even going to be, you know? Like this idea of having contradicting pieces of information, you know, within you, fractured pieces of data that they are seemingly not from the same set. So how do we can try to represent this graphically, you know? I have, for example, this is what I've been writing, you know, like the idea for anti-data. I'm gonna fit this to ChatGPT and I'm gonna say, I need you to provide, I want like a system log, because I want like the text to be like a node system defragmentation sequence, you know, the one like you get from the command prompt from Windows or something like that. There, I pasted everything. This I like, you see? Cognitive core. Financial freedom via hustle conflicts with anti-capitalist values. Self-optimization hacks conflict with acceptance and body positivity. I think this is great because in what I wrote, I talk about islands of thought, like these ideas that don't connect, but it's all right to have them. Like, it's nice to have a contradiction. I think it's better actually, right? Otherwise, like, you kind of become dogmatic. If you don't have any contradicting idea within you, you're dogmatic, right? But I guess that's not the entire point of the idea of anti-data. I guess like the idea of anti-data is like not just acquiring information for the sake of accumulation, but rather maybe slow the rate in which we acquire information. It can be things, you know, experiences, pleasure, whatever, and try to process what's happening. What does it mean in the larger context of me, you know? I think I'm gonna leave it here for the time being. Maybe I finish it. I like it, but it's missing something. It's lacking something. I can't put my finger on it. Yo, but look at this repetition here. I did it by mistake. It's crazy how this to this, it adds that level of extra. Yeah, now I like it far more. I don't know if we should add this or not. I think like that cooks. I don't know, guys. I'm seeing things. It's Gucci. It's like, I like it. It's playful. It's different from what I usually do. The poster looks, it's updating. You know what I mean? Which is the idea, right? I don't know. It makes me feel something. I think your job is done. It's not gonna convey the idea as I told it to you before, right? That was just the trigger. Job well done, guys. I look at this tomorrow and go, I'm shit. It's done. Anti-data. Pay attention to your thoughts, my guy, to the little bits and pieces of information that gather into your brain. Internalize, see if it's useful to you, how it fits your mental castle, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm cooked. Ooh, chat. My dog is crying. What you want? I don't know if you see her. Wait. Take a look at this. Like, she's crying because she wants somebody to put a blanket over her. Take a look at this. You saw that? No. She's like a mixed She's from the streets. She's from the streets. Now it's like a mix. We think it's mix of Malinois with some stray dog, whatever. She's a piece of work. But yeah. Well, that was everything, my guys. Hope to see you next week. You already know how it is. Fuck peace. Wish you conflict. See you on the next one, guys. Bye. Peace.